Alright, hey everyone. Just doing a late typical update. I got my hair done today and I really like how it looks. I got it cut because it was like down to here. I got it cut short again. I like my short hair, so that's just how I do. I've also kind of moved rooms in my house. I've moved into what was once my grandfather's room. My bed, I've had it since I was in second grade, so my twin, the plywood bottom, decided to bottom out. Luckily, we had a spare bed, a spare bedroom, so I've moved in here. And today it was the reason I want to update is just a funny story that happened. Doesn't start out too funny, but it ends funny. Today, after we got our hair done, well, first of all, mine looks good. My grandmother got a girl right out of beauty school who did not do it so well. And looked at her like she was nuts because she doesn't wear a part in her hair. Like me, she has a natural center part. But unlike me, her hair is thin and straight, so it can't hold when a side part is done. And looks really, well, it does not look too good when it's parted naturally. And I love her to death. Those are her words, not mine. So we had to come home. She did her hair right. We took the dog to the vet. She's got allergies, so we needed to get more allergy medicine and some antibiotics for a flare-up where she scratched too much. Dog costs us a lot of money, but, well, not too much. It's not like we're, doing stuff that's unnecessary. So we're driving home, and usual road, everything's going smooth until we notice a line of cars. There's been a wreck. When we passed where the wreck was, it looked like one of the cars was driving normally and the other had run a red light because it was a T-bone. We saw ambulances, and luckily we saw one driving away and one still there, so hopefully no fatalities. I don't know for sure. I didn't see any news reports, so it's probably no real fatalities. But I worry because the last time we saw a wreck at that specific intersection, someone had died. I really hope not. I'm not a bad person. I don't hope for death. But where this story goes, line of cars, and there's this one gold car that is doing that thing that really fucking pisses you off when you're in a pileup, when you're in a lineup like that, going in and out and in and out and in and out, switching lanes. Like, that's gonna make it go fucking faster. Well, she tries to get in front of my grandmother and I. Now, my grandmother, she's an offensive driver. We live in Houston, Texas. We live in a big city. You've got to be an offensive driver. So she, does not let her get in front of us. I look over and see the woman in the car just making hand gestures and basically cussing us. And I kind of laughed and said, "Nana, she's cussing you?" And my grandmother just laughed. She said, "I don't care. It's not going to get her up there any faster." And in the end, she was one car length ahead of us on the other side. She would have been further back if she'd have gotten in front of us. So we passed the wreck. That's how I know what kind of wreck it was. And we're now behind her because we had to merge later on. And on the turn off to our neighborhood, she gets into the turn lane. And we know from how she's driving, she now thinks we're following her. Because she knows that I saw her cussing. Which, it's kind of funny. So, we're going in the neighborhood. There are two streets you can go down to get to our street. There's the first one, which my grandmother never takes. Then there's the next one, which we always take. That's her route home. We're in one of those central on one of those, like, more center streets. You've got to go street to street to street to get to it. She turns down the first one. And my Nana turns in behind her. Because we can tell from how she's driving, she thinks we're following her. And I'm laughing. You know, I don't know what we would have done if she'd have turned down the side street to get to where we live. Luckily, she kept driving and we turned, and I just looked at my Nana and said, "You are terrible." And she said, "I know. Maybe she won't cuss someone next time like that." And we were just trying to get home. And, I mean, it was funny, you know, in kind of like the worst possible way of being funny, but still funny. But it made me laugh, and I still kind of giggle. I'm just like, you know, she had to be fucking scared. But at the same time, we're all stuck in traffic. Getting in front of someone else ain't gonna get you anywhere faster. And cussing at someone who won't let you get in front of them won't get you anywhere fast, won't do any good. You know, the only other way to get to a street to get us to our neighborhood is to go back to the freeway, which is in a mess right now. So, and she was ahead of us in the end. So it's not even that big a deal. You know, it's not our fault that she got nervous because she was cussing and acting a fool in her car. And she noticed, and we were driving the same way. Though, the ending, my Nana is just being my Nana. She's got a wicked sense of humor. She does. She can be terrible, but I love her, and honestly, I probably owe a lot of my sense of humor to her. For all the good and the bad. And I will give a quick Tourette's update. I haven't had any major episodes since my boyfriend left, so I think the stress of trying to keep him happy was making my twitches worse. So, bonus to not having a jackass who didn't love me, who told me he loved me but didn't and was fucking using me for sex. In the end, you know, it was a long-distance relationship. He probably liked it because he could come into town, spoil me with gifts, fuck me any way he wanted, and then go. Asshole. You know, I'm not sad anymore, I'm pissed. But not as much, I'm just like, his fucking loss, right? Well, anyway, so later. I'll give more updates, more funny stories, just. And if anything happens with the Tourette's, I don't have an appointment with the doctor again until December 8th, so, yeah. If something comes up with the Tourette's, I'll definitely let everyone know. Later. Night, everybody.